Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to Kigali. We are in the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. It's day 4 of the FIBA AfroBasket, and we're getting ready to watch the Group C game between Kenya and Nigeria. Well, as you see, it's game day 2, and already today, Uganda winning 80-66 over Cameroon. Following this will be Mali, Cote d'Ivoire, and then we wrap things up with South Sudan and Senegal. Here are the standings in Group C following game day 1. Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria up at the top, each with 2 points. Mali and Kenya are both 0-1, occupying 3rd and 4th spots. Now, as a reminder, the top 3 teams stay alive in this competition. The winners of the groups advance straight to the quarterfinals, and the teams that finish 2nd and 3rd progress to the classifications for the quarterfinals. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Graham Hiscock, and it's, well, probably a little bit more pressure on Kenya today, coming off their defeat to Cote d'Ivoire, whereas Nigeria put away eventually a dogged Mali side in their first meeting on game day 1.
Hello, Jeff. Hello, everyone. Yeah, Nigeria started like a train against Mali, was starting to blow them out, and then by half-time it was only a 1-point lead. So when they get going, as we say, see Ogunda 9 points, 3 assists, 3 steals in that game. First game day. They've got to keep the foot to the metal because Kenya have some very talented players, with Tyler Ongwe leading them. Emeloglu we really like, 18 points from Nigeria. Utomi 15 points from the game against Mali. And Stephen George Domingo, who's got NBA experience, Summer League, he's being looked at. It's possible getting onto an NBA roster. 16 points for him, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. So plenty of talent. It's their first AfroBasket for a lot of these players, but Nigeria steeped in AfroBasket tradition. 2nd in 2017 to Tunisia.
And winners in 2015. Now, Mike Brown coached Nigeria at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, excuse me, at the Olympics, rather, earlier this summer in Tokyo. But that was a different team. And he has brought a different unit here to Kigali. And, well, I'd say there are probably more good moments than bad. There's Liz Mills' twin sister here for the event. Her sister made history the other day as the first woman to coach a team in the Continental Championship, a men's team in the Continental Championship. There she is. And a big moment for her for, I suppose, kind of smashing the glass ceiling, or at least chipping away at it. That's perceived by many, trying to pave the way for other women that want to also have the opportunities to show they should be allowed to coach men's teams. And there's nothing that she has shown so far that suggests that she's not fit for the role, and we look for bigger and better things from her, certainly in the future.
Yeah, she conducts herself very well. In the timeouts that were here during the game, she talks really clearly to the group, and they play for her. When they get on a surge, defensively especially, they get so much offense off their defense. But then Tyler Ongwe, their hero in the game against Angola, to get them here in the qualifiers. 25 points against Cote d'Ivoire, 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
So Kenya looking to bounce back. Before we start the game, we're gonna have the national anthems for both teams.
The Kenya national team head coach is Liz Mills, assistant coach.
So the national anthems have been played, and also honor for these guys always to call these games. Abdul Amar from Egypt, Redouane Darif from Morocco, and Angola's Antonio Bernardo. So they have the call for this game, which is, listen, if you're Kenya, you know, and you're going up against a team like Nigeria, which is one of the elite teams, you're up against it. You know it. Emiloglu, Utomi, Omogbo, and Dugba and Domingo in that starting five. And if there's one thing that we know, Emiloglu, Utomi, and Domingo can really shoot the three-pointer. You got to get out there and guard them.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. 4 of 12 for Domingo. He started off on fire. Then they lost their legs, I think, a little bit, Nigeria. And a lot of the shots were coming up short, but 45 threes they shot. And Mike Brown, of course, NBA pedigree coach, was here for the Olympic qualifiers, now here for AfroBasket, trying to lead them out of this group. And here's Kenya and Desiree Kemba, Tyler Ongwe, Owili, he's a force inside, and Wamakota as well. They're going to have to really get going early, Kenya. They can't let Nigeria get off to the start that they got off to against Mali. They're going to have to really take it to him. Lots of defensive pressure. And Liz Mills gets a tune out of this team time and time again. And they lost by 18 to Cote d'Ivoire, but I don't think that scoreline really told the whole story. Those last few points that Cote d'Ivoire built up was very late in the game.
Yeah, she really relies heavily on Tyler Ongwe, and he's going to come out and show you why, because he just carries the team emotionally. He makes plays and, you know, kind of sets the tone. What you don't want to happen if you're Kenya is what happened to Mali the other day, to where you fall behind by 15, 20 points early on, and then you're playing catch up, and you have to expend so much energy to get back into it. And then once you get back, you know, you're kind of almost at the top of the mountain, and then Nigeria get a rest, and then bam, they're off to the races again, and you're not going to see them. You're going to be in the rearview mirror. So I would think it's imperative that Kenya really, you know, come out and really knuckle down on defense, run when they can, and maybe if there is an advantage that they have, whatever it may be, is it getting to Wamakota, really pounding the boards. I think defensively is where Kenya really have to excel and make life difficult, much like Rwanda's. You know, their success is based on their defense, really getting after teams and trying to get their defense to ignite their offense.
Yeah, that's right. Nigeria haven't got any true size inside. Kenya have Wamakota, who can be used inside, and they've just got to play to their strengths, up tempo. Tyler Ongwe is a key player, but he mustn't overdo it. He mustn't overdo it. A couple of times in their first game against Cote d'Ivoire, he just tried to do too much. Just keep the ball moving, attack the seams of the Nigerian defense, and really go toe-to-toe with them. A must win for Kenya. 0-1, Nigeria 1-0. And as Jeff Taylor has already said, top 3 teams go through.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Kigali. It's the second game of the day here, and it's between Nigeria, the Tigers, and Kenya, the Morans. And Nigeria come out and try to get an alley-oop pass into Omogbo. It goes out of bounds, and Kenya will now have their first possession.
Yeah, trying the alley-oop, but nothing doing there. Good enough defense by Kenya on that trip.
Kenya beginning to start tonight, and Desiree as well. Nigeria also with some rim protection there. Now they quickly get into fast break mode. They pass it around Emilogu and now Utomi. Good job by Kenya to get out of the three-point shooters. They must have scouted what happened against Mali. because it was good golly. They hit the three as Nduba, though, comes out and was not one of the great three-point shooters, was he? So if he's going to let it fly, okay, you can live with it. Make him prove to you that he can hit it.
Yeah, good defense by Nigeria. He was 2 of 3 from behind the arc in their first game, but he's not shooting the volume that some of the other guys were.
What I meant. I don't think he's the first option.
No, 45 threes they put up in that first game, which was extraordinary volume. But Kenya, you're right, they've got to chase those shooters, make them put it on the floor, and then make sure the help is in place.
That player right there, number 3, Imalogu, is much bigger. He plays much bigger than he looks, and he plays hard.
Yeah, he's their leading player in the first game.
Wasire gets in, and only green shirts there for the rebound. Imalogu. There you go. That was a long 3, and they try to get it up the floor quickly. They do, and the foul on Imalogu.
Yeah, good push by Kenya. They've got to run when they can. Get the ball in the hands of Tyler Ongwae.
Yeah, that was an easy call for the referee as Imalogu coming over the back. Offensive foul on Kenya.
They don't need any unforced errors. They've got to play the near perfect game, and a bit of frustration there on Liz Mills' face early doors.
It's the defense. The ball goes out of bounds. They've had a couple of turnovers in Nigeria as they try to get it going at that end.
Sloppy by Ndugba.
I think that by this time against Mali, it was already 10-0. So
yeah, they
mild victory for Kenya.
Yeah, they came out in the house on fire. And they've had the same shots. Imalogu missed his one. They've had a couple of open shots, but Kenya doing a good job playing tough D here.
Now they've thrown the ball away. Ongwae trying to get it to Desmond Owili.
You've got to get on the same page. You can't just throw the ball away like that, especially the star player, Tyler Ongwae.
Okay, but chases back to play D. Tommy. Imalogu again. Imalogu, shot clock winding down. He gets inside, puts up a tough shot, scores.
Imalogu, he is wide and he's strong. He gets all the way to the hoop.
Amakota barrels his way down and he's fouled by Amagbo.
That's what they got to do, get it into the big fella. Let him go to work and use their advantage. Amagbo is the real inside presence for Nigeria. It gets him an early foul.
And gets the first to drop. Played at Wichita State in American college basketball, so he's accustomed to going up against a lot of American players. Played there from 2014 to 2016. The Shockers. And the pass intercepted. Desmond Owili. Ongwae for 3, that's off. Pulling up with Tommy, and that's the one that you got to get the hand in the face.
Yeah, 2 different ends there for the offenses. Ongwae's 3 short, and then Nigeria drain the 3 up the other end.
Desmond Owili off the front of the rim in Nduba. To Tommy again. Tommy. Wamakota's, he's a big guy, isn't he? He really does, probably that one advantage that they might have, Kenya, but they got to make their layups.
Yeah, they've got to believe and be strong as they go to the hoop. Believe they can make it.
Domingo, count it! That's where he hit him the other day against Mali.
You can't let them get their feet set and shoot the ball in rhythm.
Ongwai fouled by Emelogu. His second.
And you know that they're going to be hanging all over Tyler Ongwai. They're not going to give him a moment's peace as he attacks. There's two players right on him, but Emelogu, key player from game one for Nigeria, has to leave early with foul trouble.
So wholesale substitutions here for Nigeria, with the exception of Domingo is going to stay out. So Morty's come in. Ogendoran also in the game is Idogi, number 14. And also Agu. There's Wamakota. Morty pushing it quickly. Back outside. To Agu. Ogendoran has his pass intercepted by Ongwai. Now, that's another self-inflicted wound there for Kenya. Falling down, pushing it, trying to get up the floor quickly. Ogendoran shot clock winding down. Oh, Domingo, they are able to get it to him, and good rebound from Nigeria's Mr. Energy. Karanga has come in. Wamakota.
There's a couple of shots maybe just outside of his range. Wamakota, he's left short, but great defense on the last play, pushing Nigeria to have to take a long-range shot as the shot clock expires. It's what Kenya have got to do throughout the game. They're going to have to keep substituting in, keep rotating the roster to keep the energy levels up.
Domingo just looking for a little bit of space. Kenya doing a good job of not giving it to him. And Idogi drives in, powers his way up.
Good positive move by Idogi.
Good pick by Wamakota, but they turn it over, and it's going to lead to a fast break layup.
And Liz Mills is going to have to call timeout.
Yep, it's all going Nigeria's way early, 12-1, just 1 point. Kenya's offense settling for very difficult shots. Of course, a lot of that has to go with Nigeria's defense.
What did I say about ball possession? Great job by Jose being aggressive and taking it to the hole. That's what we need. I don't want you to be scared of these guys. Defensively, we're great, unless it's in transition defense. Okay, we can hold them in D. We've seen that. Great job on that. But let's run something. Who's the point here? Griff? Okay, I want it into pinch post. So get this pass and get straight into the pinch post. I don't care who's here or here, one of you get there.
Let's go,
okay?
let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Another good line from Liz Mills. I don't care who the hero is now. But apologies if there was a little bit of colourful language at the start of that timeout, but this was probably the worst case scenario for Kenya offensively. They're only 11 down, so now they've got to go tough for the next 4 minutes. Play the tough D, try and get some transition, try and get Tyler Ongwai involved. No more cheap turnovers.
Ligari's come in, Odedo's come in. Boy, I'm not sure that Ligari got over in time. For some reason, he launched an out-of-control three there. So Alkoff has come into the game, number 8.
Yeah, good job by Fido Alkoff there, just angling off the Nigerian attack. Forcing her out of bounds on the, stepping on the baseline. That's the sort of stuff they got to do, just the little things on D. And Alberto Adeiro's in, and we liked him from the first game against Cote d'Ivoire.
Yep. Good athleticism, foot quickness, footwork. Karanga, we liked him as well. And the time is now for Kenya. They got to get it going. Ongwai from the baseline. Karanga and Utomi, and yet again, he doesn't need much space, Utomi, and they finally get Karanga down ahead on the break. See if that energizes this Kenya team a little bit.
Yeah, they've got to play D now. I mean, that three in the corner, no room at all, but good break.
Udogi drives in. Karanga's got to show better control. Wow, they're going to call the block. I thought he charged.
Yeah, call Karanga. Got away with one there. But
well, maybe, yeah, it wasn't quite as clear.
Yeah, Jeremiah Mordy just moving to his left at the point of impact. But good intent there by Karanga. 2 back-to-back. Good moves.
It sounded like he said the basket counted. No, they're going to have to get together on this. No, the basket did not go in.
I don't think it did. I mean,
it
was a big collision, and he just threw the ball up.
Liz Mills is not going to go over and say, the basket did not go in.
She needs all the help. Kenya are going to need all the help they can get here.
No, they definitely got it confused. They've corrected it and move on.
Yep. More rotations in for Nigeria, and Kenya going to have to do the same to match the energy.
Mike Brown was understandably in a state of disbelief because, honestly, I've never seen that either. And so now the best they can do is to get the 1 point, and Karanga did struggle with some of his shots on opening night from the free throw line. Yeah, but his overall contribution was very good. So they got Itomi in the left corner. Morty up high with Domingo. Much better. Alkoff not giving that away, but they gave Domingo a little bit too much space, but lift to tail the tail. And unfortunately, Morty's tap out was a crowd by Ongwai for Korea. And Odero, and again, Kenya just can't get out of their own way. Although, to be fair, good quick reaction defensively by Nigeria.
Yeah, really stepping up on Odero there. He's tried to get the ball on the floor, and they're straight on him. And Dugba hustling for the ball.
Ongwai. Being pushed out. Shot clock winding down. Oh, gosh knows. Kenya can't stay on their feet.
Again, running the shot clock down so far.
Out to Morty. Ogunduran passes up the 3. Oh, behind the back pass to Domingo. Showtime for Ogunduran. But good defense by Kenya. Now they get a chance on the open floor. And Karanga, oh, beautiful play. Boy, Karanga is so good, isn't he? And right decision by Ongwai. It's got to be everybody on board, you know. Can't just be Tyler Ongwai.
Yeah, they look much better when they share responsibility, share the ball. Great fast break and extra pass.
Yeah, they're desperate to get that fast break game going. Tommy, though,
wow.
He just needs the smallest amount of space, and he's going to beat you.
Tommy just drains the three from way outside.
Griffin Lagarde, again, launches a three.
Tommy was 5 of 10 against Mali. He's just carrying on where he left off.
Again, for three, moving dangerously. Kenya. Lagarde, well, he certainly backs himself to hit that, but that's 0 for 3. He might be coming out soon.
Yeah.
Eric Mutore is going to come in place of him, and Dugba drives in and gets the layup.
They've got some explosive players, Nigeria, and they attack the seams really well. Dugba with the layup high off the glass.
Okoth spins, puts it up. Nice shot.
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty well in limited minutes the other night.
Fidel Okoth.
Got to keep faith with Fidel.
5 points, a rebound against Cote d'Ivoire.
Domingo. They're definitely taking some long threes. Okoth. Oh, they're going to call travel.
So frustrating. He had the lane as well. They just can't quite put 2 or 3 good possessions together or good sequences. Yes, so important footwork. It's not the sassy side of basketball, but you've got to have great footwork to be a top player.
Well, Kenya have turned it over 6 times. Seems about right. Final seconds ticking off the clock in the first quarter. Domingo again, he goes down looking for the foul. 5 seconds left. Kenya have a little bit of time. Odero, and turnover number 7. Quick hands of Morty, knocks it away.
It was unfortunate. Odero sort of dribbling towards the sideline, not really going anywhere.
20-8, Nigeria on top of Kenya at the end of 1.
Tough first quarter for Kenya. 3 of 10 from 2, 0 of 4 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line, and Nigeria 57% from 2, 3, and from 3-point range, 4 from 11. They haven't been to the free throw line yet. Of course, they're taking a lot of threes yet again. Best plays first quarter defensively.
Emelogu with this drive was tough.
Yeah. He's a solid player. He's got a great 3-point shot, so you have to respect that. Wamakota had to come out and guard him outside, and then he was able to get the shot off the glass over Wamakota's outstretched arm. And Wamakota is legit size at 6'11", Jeff. And Utomo is really, he has been the real problem.
Yeah, Tommy's lights out. And we're seeing what Domingo has to do as well.
Well, again, just catches it in midair as soon as he sets his feet. Just a rhythm shooter, great rotation, high release.
You know, we saw Mali come back against Nigeria. And Mali had an even bigger deficit. Now, there's nothing to say that this second quarter can't start and Nigeria can't reel off 10 unanswered points. But Kenya do have a nice toughness defensively, which you know, and then they can push it on the fast break. They just got to be able to finish. That, you know, some of their skills are maybe not quite as sharp as the Nigerians. You know, that's why we're seeing them fumble the ball away.
Yeah, Nigeria 8 of 18 from the field in the first quarter, 3 of 14 for Kenya, but it's going to have to start from the defensive end. Get players up the floor, finish in transition or semi-transition. And that's the way they're going to get back in this. They've got to believe. They would have seen the Mali game, Mali-Nigeria, and they know it's doable, but they've got to believe.
So you can see the ref apologizing to Coach Brown for counting that basket, owning up to the era, but Mike Brown accepting it. Here we go. And here's the chances. Niakinda. And that's where they're going to be tough. If they can get out on the open floor and run.
It's a great move at pace and the spin dribble, avoiding the charge.
Yeah, because Nigeria did hustle back. And now Domingo steps out of bounds, but he was pushed by Okoth.
Yeah, they've definitely come out renewed vigor. Kenya. Quick offensive play.
Oh. There was a little bit of a reach. Certainly Domingo stepped out of bounds. Oh boy, looked like he had a layup that he gave up, and Morty misses the three. Odetta.
Odera picks up his dribble, dangerous game to play.
I think Odera's more effective down low. Here he goes, puts it up.
Good solid game against Cote d'Ivoire. Odera, 8 points, 3 rebounds. He just doesn't look quite at it today yet.
Well, the Nigerians are a little bit better defensively, I think. They're quick. They're on him like white on rice. And Niakinda goes in, takes the bump, scores. Well, you never know who's going to rise to the occasion, but so far he looks like the leading candidate for X Factor. And the long three.
Yeah, no rebounders. This is good signs for Kenya. Just 8 points down.
That was a Mokbo with the miss, and Niakinda again showing his strength. And there's Okoth. What's interesting is Niakinda and Okoth look physically like perhaps they're better matches against these Nigerian players. Physically strong. Also Gombe, Ronnie Gombe's in there.
Yeah, it's just what Liz Mills is probably looking at. Got to match up.
And that's Niakinda reaching in. That's okay. The only problem with that is it came late in the shot clock. But yeah, they've definitely brought an element of physicality to the game that wasn't there before. Okoth and particularly Niakinda. Also Ronnie Gombe, without question. Basire looking on from the bench. Utomi has been a problem. He's got the ball. Domingo hands it off to Nduba. Domingo again. Gets inside. Back to Nduba. Will it be 2 for him? Yes, it will. I take back what I said.
With a hand in his face. Toro came flying out to try and stop the shot, but drained it for 3.
Odera kept it strong, and even with a shirt tug was able to score. Not sure how that didn't get called.
It's a tough move, much better by Odera, looked calmer.
Duke was playing at 100 miles an hour out there. Gets it to Emelogo. There's one shot now for Nigeria there.
Keep moving the ball, don't let it stick.
Eric Mutoro. Kenya just do not look dangerous at all with their three-point shooting, and Nduba gets swatted by Ronnie Gombe, but then he turns it over. Emelogo then has it knocked out of his hands, and Mutoro. Oh, the alley-oop! Where did that come from?
Holy cow, what a pass and what a finish by Albert Odera. I mean,
taking it up to the 3rd floor. Look at this.
Kenyan basketball is at its best. The block by Gombe and immediately down the other end for this by Odera, and he just catches it below the rim.
Yes.
And then elevates.
Look at the hang time. He catches it and still able to get up and dunk it. Catches it down there.
Wow.
Well, they get it back to 20-30-16 and force Mike Brown to call timeout.
I know the altitude's probably killing some of you guys. But right now, they have only scored in transition. They scored twice on you because you've given up middle drives. Keep the ball on the sidelines and get back in transition. If we do those two things, they won't score. All right? Do you guys know what 1 out is? Remember DHO here, okay? Bring it to the top of the floor. 5, 4, screen. This 2's going back door. Iverson over the top, hit him. Slip, play pick and roll.
Let's go,
right?
let's go, y'all. Let's go, man. 9 on 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice shot.
So interesting, Coach Brown saying keep it on the sidelines. Don't let them get to the middle of the floor. Well, they're only scoring in transition. Well, we know that that's Kenya's strength.
Yeah, they look great when they just play on instinct, get out in fast break or semi-transition and attack the basket. They've made some tough moves, Kenya. But that's how they've got to play.
But you know what wasn't really mentioned, I guess he's not going to mention this, is that you're talking about Mills has put some players in there that do seem to be a better fit against this Nigeria team right now. Yeah, Kenda's looking the part. Look at him playing D on Emelogo, same physical, you know, look with Tommy. Here's Okoth has been tough, forces him into a tough 3. Look at Gombe, strong on the rebound. You know, it's all about physicality sometimes against this Nigeria team. You got to match that physicality. Don't bring the weak stuff against the Tigers. Odera puts it up and in.
Right, he's off and running now, Jeff.
And that came in the half court.
Yeah, fantastic little head fake and step through. High level play from Kenya.
Alley-oop, and Gombe commits the foul on number 14 for Nigeria, Idogi.
The pass was up there. I think, yeah, without the infringement, that would have been a throwdown. So Gombe taking 1 for the team there.
First foul for him. Nice stroke for Udogi.
Five points and 12 rebounds in game 1 for Udogi.
Well, lane violation. It's either, who was it? Was it Niakinda or was it Ronnie? I think it was Ronnie Gumby. And Udogi doesn't miss the second time.
Just the little mistakes they've got to iron out here, Kenya, and play Kenya basketball up tempo.
Okoth drives in and takes it right to him.
Fielder Okoth being a real bonus for Kenya here. 2 points, 3 rebounds early.
I mean, you'd like to have a shot, kind of like, you know, keep going with these guys, see what they can do, and then give them a shot of espresso by putting Tyler Ongwai back in.
Absolutely.
See what happens there.
Yeah, and I think Liz Mills just has to have a word in his ear and say, just play in the flow. It's a similar thing with Rwanda, with Gasana. He's got all these other guys now around him playing so great. And Tyler Ongwai just come on and be a facilitator. But the matchup is really good now. And Okoth, just 5 minutes in game 1, is now being a real factor for him.
And look at it, Gombe. He's perfect against these guys. Leading the break, Bosire, Odera. Odera's got to do a better job catching that. Odera stepped out of bounds. I think Kenya thought that was going to be their ball.
I think the player may have been out of bounds already when he threw it.
No, he got it wrong.
Oh, okay.
I think this referee's probably getting under skin a little bit of Mike Brown.
Okay, here we go. Tyler Ongwai in the ball game. 5:29 remaining in the second.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Gombe. Oh, there. Bosire sneaks in for the rebound. Ongwai. And Okoth with a push on Domingo.
Not sure about that shot selection by Tyler Ongwai. Just came in the game. Been sitting for a while. Must chase the game. That's what Coach Bowen was talking to us about outside a few days ago. Just let the game come to him and it will happen.
I'd like to see Karanga come back in as well for Kenya. Emelogo has it picked off by Okoth. I wouldn't take him out. I think she's about ready to take him out. Oh, but Sierra's got to do better. Both teams turning it over a lot. Ogenduran. Emelogo, Domingo. Domingo, skies high. Can't get it to drop. Odera. Oh. Odera, his pass to Ongwai. And then he's fouled by Nduba with the reach. Well, full marks to Kenya. They have battled.
Very similar scenario to the Mali game for Nigeria. They've not really totally dominated this, apart from when Coach Liz Mills had to call that first time out at 10-1. But again, she's got to be so proud of this group.
Well,
the way they're doing it, and they're all doing it with whether Tyler Ongwai is on the floor or not.
You know, so Okoth goes off. He's got the one foul. He has played a lot of minutes. He's played about almost 10 minutes. So it could be part of her thinking as well, knowing that he's going to be needed in the second half. And you've also got a big fella like Wamakota, but you know, it's imperative for him to carry on with the good work that Okoth has had.
Yeah, and play close to the hoop. He had a couple of offensive plays where he was fading away and it was a little bit away from the hoop. Just play around the hoop. Ongwai can create stuff. So can Adera. Just feed off these guys that will drive hard and just get a nice easy dunk or a finish around the hoop and be a shot blocker, which we know he could be for sure. There's Tyler Ongwai's back support.
Oh, you can see Ongwai fixing his, yeah. He's got, we don't know how much that's bothering him. It clearly was the issue when he came out late the other night after halftime. So Gombe's going to inbound the basketball. Odera for Gombe. I like this. Puts it up. Well, I'd rather see him going towards the basket than taking fadeaways. Ongwai drives in, hands it off, and there's, Wamakota can't get it to drop, but Kenya keeping it alive. Odera for three. Ongwai again. Look at it, it's like a pinball. Good job by Nigeria to get that. Nduba.
Great effort by both teams to get that rebound.
Emelogo for three. Finally, somebody scores.
He is ice cool. Knocks down the three. It's just what Kenya need to do now.
Wamakota. Oh boy, what's going on here? I mean, you got to go to the basket.
Yeah, it's not his.
I don't get it. You know.
He just missed
the
one.
block by Amongo.
Yeah. And he had the drop off earlier when he was underneath. That's exactly where he needs to be. But making that play, he's playing into the hands of Nigeria there.
Turnaround jump shots from, you know, free throw line distance isn't going to cut it against these guys. You got to be strong.
Yeah, or go into that shape as if you're going to go for that turnaround jump shot fake. One dribble and go and crush it on the Nigerian defense. So, you know, that's what he can do, 6'11". Yeah, it's a pretty shot if it goes in. And the other problem is you make the shot, you miss it, take the shot and miss it, you're not in rebounding position.
But you're, you know, 6'11". They're looking at a possible unsportsmanlike on Wamakota.
He did grab the Nigerian player.
Looks like it's going to be one if we get a look at it. But yeah, I would say, Graham, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed in this game is that she found a unit that, at least for this particular game, made them more competitive.
Yeah.
And that was
absolutely
Gombe. I mean, look at this.
So he's done one fake. Look,
I mean, I'm sure he's practiced that shot a lot, but I don't think that's the shot that you want. Okay, let's see. So it's not on Wamakota, is it? It's on, is it Bosire?
the defender's too close there, so he wants to shape to turn, let the defender jump and then go up and round.
Why are we looking at that part of the play?
I just thought once Wemukota missed the shot, I thought he grabbed a Nigerian player.
Here we go. Look again.
They could have called a handshake there on the defense. Just hasn't created enough space.
So you get the block there. I don't see why that would be reviewed.
It's what happens now. He's gone to grab.
Okay, slow it down.
He's gone to grab a Mogbo as he's trying to run up the floor. There.
Well, I think they're tangled up. I don't think they're going to call that. Looking at it from that standpoint, I think they were kind of locked arms. I don't know who you blame that on. Yeah. I think that's correct.
So good, after good defense by a Mogbo. He's at the line for 2 shots.
I think that long wait has affected his shot. There you go. Just need another one. Now gets it back up to 29-20. Wamakota. Wamakota fortunate bringing the ball down, allowing Nduba to come in and knock it away, but he called for the foul.
The coach has just got to be stronger. He caught the ball and then he brought it down, and that's playing right into the hands of Nduba. Got to be strong for Kenya here. That's what he's out on the floor for. Be an inside presence and stay inside.
Kind of a bounce pass, right at the feet of Desmond Owili. Right play. Just the execution wasn't there. Tommy gets in, always looking to pass it back out for the 3. Emalogu. Nduba up, it's gonna be number 3. Yes, it is!
He just waited and waited. Little look to his left initially, and then Wemikota's not sure who to guard. And Nduba just drains the 3, and again, Kenya just getting a little bit out of sorts here.
Quick pass to Owili, he goes up for the dunk.
They've just got to play as a team, just quick passing, get it into their strengths, and now they got to play really tough D here. They need a stop desperately, Kenya.
If they're extending that defense. I guess some blood or something. Yeah, so Nduba must have a cut. Yeah, I mean, you know, if Nigeria are really getting after you, throwing guys out at the perimeter to double team, and, you know, somebody's got to be open. And Owili was able to catch an easy pass, a bullet pass, and go up for the dunk. Free throws.
You want to be playing up the floor and trying to get in the passing lanes and disrupt Nigeria, but not a foul that early.
Ogenderan gets a couple. I don't think he made that. I think it's still 32-22. So now it's 33-22. And Domingo reaches in, takes it away. Utomi, oh, good job, crashing the boards. All right, Omogbo, Utomi, Domingo again. On wide. Boy. Well, at least he gets it back, and he's gonna get a chance for a three-point play. I mean, that looked, that would have had Liz Mills throwing her hands up in frustration, how he almost turns that ball over, but then he makes up for it by getting the ball back and getting a potential three-point play.
Yeah, really casual pass to start that play off, but he gets it back fortuitously and then gets the contact off balance, falling on the floor, and makes the toughest of shots. That's his first 2 points of the game, Jeff. He needs to be more of a factor.
Now Domingo. I mean, Ogunrun, I'm not sure why they're running him out on the perimeter as well, because it's allowing him to penetrate and then pass it back out. He hasn't really proved that he's going to hit the three.
Fortunate enough for Kenya that Domingo
has not caught fire yet.
No, just the 3 points for him, 4 assists, but that's the key things with these second games. The coaches have had a good scout. And they've really keyed in on Tyler Ongwae. So it is really down to the other guys on this roster, this Kenya roster, to deliver today.
Well, they've got to be encouraged by how they've hung around.
Yeah, need a big defensive play here.
Tommy, this time, oh, he gets rejected by Desmond O'Willie.
See how the defense steps up now.
Wow, didn't see that coming. Nduba. Domingo just won't go down. He's 1 of 7 from three-point range.
Kenya doing a good job again, getting right in his face, but Ongwae.
Second consecutive trip down the floor. He throws it right into the hands of Emelogu.
As you say, I think they've been more effective with Tyler Ongwae not in the game, which seems a strange thing to say, but it's horses for courses. Whoever's in front of you, whoever the opposition is, you've got to match up. And it's all about the defense for Kenya.
But even that, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you just don't make that pass. I don't know what he's doing.
He's already tried it once, and that time he didn't get it back.
Nigeria, too good, too quick. Their hands are up. They're going to intercept those passes. I mean, you got to, you know.
It's frustrating to watch for the Kenyan fans, and you know, Tyler Ongwae is better than that. He's got to prove it right now.
It's always a mystery to me how you can have such a great shooter like Itomi, especially from three-point range. Go to the line, nobody's guarding him. That's his time, and he misses a free throw.
Yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, the guy can make the hardest shots from three-point range.
Yeah, deep in the corner, anywhere around that three-point line. And yet, standstill shot.
Ongwae. Nigerians are hustling on defense. Wamukota and travels.
Yeah, again, he can't get in rhythm, trying to force it. At least he went to the basket this time, but 1, 2, shuffle, yeah. Maybe.
I would hope, for Kenya's sake, that Mills does go back to Gombe and goes back to those other guys that were, you know, Okoth, and gives them a good run.
That's who got him back in the game.
She knows her team better than I do. I'm not going to second guess her. So taking it down in the final seconds here. Nduba And the foul called on Busire, which means free throws. Not a good result for Kenya. The only thing that's good about this is you've got 7 seconds on 7.2 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and Dugba just too quick. Getting into the lane and fouled by Bazire.
Yeah, he has been outstanding. The only thing I'll say is he's got not a good assist to turnover ratio. 1 assist, 3 turnovers. He shot it pretty well. He's battling away. He's got 5 rebounds. In fact, he's the highest rated Nigerian player today at +9. I'll make it +10.
Yeah, he's hit some big shots. These 2 free throws are
+10 efficiency, I should say. The final seconds ticking off. Tyler Ongwae. Oh, wow. He takes it up from way downtown. And that pretty much says it all for Tyler Ongwae's first half. And, you know, it's obvious for us.
Yeah.
You know, they need to have a good chat at halftime. And I'm sure they will. So at halftime, Nigeria facing a dogged Kenya team and grinding it out. They've got a 34-26 lead.
He's looking at the stats. Kenya's 42% from 2. No threes, 0 of 8, where Nigeria again good from downtown. Not quite as good as game 1, but 7 made threes, 9 assists to 3, 12 turnovers from Kenya, 8 for Nigeria, 27 rebounds, and just 19 for Nigeria. But Kenya, when they've got the right guys on the floor, can be very effective against this Nigeria team. Adero with 10, very impressive once he got going. Naikinda 4 and Okoth 4. Need to see more from him in the second half. Tomi and Dugba, Emologu leading the way for Nigeria offensively. Best plays in the first half. And Tomi is outstanding from behind the arc. As Domingo can't let him get his feet set. It's only 3 of 5 from behind the arc. Domingo just the 1 make, 1 of 6. Kenya at times did a good job chasing him off the 3, but they're dribbling too deep into the lane, getting it knocked loose. And Agunda with the layup. Point lead, it's just 34 points for Nigeria. 26 for Kenya. And just had some success there. Karanga. Tomi again, you can't let him get his feet set. Look at the great height and rotation arc on that shot. Yeah, semi-transition. Tomi just waiting in the corner. And this was Okoth. They had a real good run here now, Kenya. Making sort of shots around the key, fadeaways. They got it going off their defense. This was tough. Turning, knee high. This is the group that really got Kenya back in it and got Nigeria literally back on their heels. Turns off 1 leg, great concentration. That's a tough move. Just shows what Kenya can do. Put the ball in the right guy's hand, and then Dugba with the 3. Nice attack by Domingo. Just a short attack, help comes. As they rotate, shot goes up. And Dugba, again, nothing but net. So, that's half time. Nigeria lead 34-26. We'll be back shortly.
Mario steps behind the arc, gets it right back.
That is one heck of a play.
He puts it up. Oh, he hits a three. Are you kidding me? He banked it in. Pass up ahead to Gonçalves. Alley-oop. Oh, Gilson Bango runs the court, throws it down.
That is one heck of a dunk. Way above the hoop.
A little too high for measure. He makes an extraordinary effort to save it in bounds, and then he gets it back. How about that? Incredible. That's got to be one of the plays of the day right there.
That is wonderful play.
Hayes, you got to box him out. Here goes Jimmy Jamrod by with a turnaround. And Jimmy Jamrod by experience, and he has been doing it all day long, folks. This is what he has done.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Well, Atomi has been a handful yet again. He's got 9 points today, leading Nigeria with 3 of 5 from three-point range. And you've got a pretty good idea that when he lets that thing go from behind the arc, it is going in. You just can't give him any space. Concentration is there. He had multiple threes in the first game as well, and clearly one of Nigeria's biggest weapons. They like to whip that ball around the perimeter, find the open man. And he's got good range as well. Doesn't have to be right on the line. He can be a good meter behind it, maybe even more. So Tony pouring in the points. As for Kenya, Odero has been a pleasant surprise. Odero has been a pleasant surprise at this AfroBasket. The way he has really come out and contributed. He's got 10 points. He was part of that unit which put the brakes on Nigeria's run and brought Kenya back. He and Okoth and Gombe. He also had a couple of points on a terrific alley-oop dunk. Look at the toughness there, going right at Itomi. So this Mills does have some options, certainly. Maybe even unfortunate not to get a foul called on that play. This is the real, perhaps most dynamic play for him in the half. So he's leading him in scoring. It's 34-26, Nigeria on top of Kenya at halftime. Well, Uzio Odero as the leading scorer for this Kenya team, and not Tyler Ongwae. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how Liz Mills coaches this second half, and especially this third quarter. Who's going to come out, and whether she does go back. You know that Nigeria are going to come out and really try to punch them in the face and put this thing away, the way they did with Mali after Mali clawed it back to a 1-point deficit at halftime.
Yeah, I think Kenya should go back to that group with Gombe and Okoth, because that really matched up excellently with Nigeria, and they were able to get right back in the game. Just looking at the Nigeria leaders, Duba 9 points, 5 rebounds, and Domingo 4 assists. So he's not the top scorer, but he's the top assist man. So again, the top players find a way to contribute positively for the team. Kenya, they've just got on a couple of rolls, and then they made the substitutions. I know she's trying to rest players, but this is almost a do or die game for them now. And if they can get the right group on the floor, and if Tyler Ongwae can do something, for them, maybe they've still got something to say about this game. Utomi 9 points, 2 rebounds, dangerous player from outside, as we've seen. 3 of 5 from behind the arc, plus efficiency of 6, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. And it really is crucial they get the right guys on the floor. As we look at Liz Mills in focus here, talking to her coaching staff, they get the right group, right mentality, play Kenya basketball, up tempo, get Odero on the court for sure. They need a point guard that's going to control the game. Maybe an Okoth. Willie's done some good things, and Karanga for sure. 3 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 5 minutes, and he looked sharp. He looked sharper than one of your coaches. So you've got to go over a tournament. You've got to go with the players that are ready and are doing well at that moment. So she's got decisions. That's why she's put herself in this position to coach the national team at the 60th anniversary of AfroBasket. 28 years since Kenya have been at AfroBasket, but they don't just want to be making up the numbers, do they, Jeff? And maybe playing some good basketball, but then ended up on the losing side. They want to make more noise than that.
Yeah, I've been, it's like you said, horses for courses. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've been really underwhelmed by some of the Kenyan starters. And, when the other guys come in and they get it done, you just want to see them see what they can do, but they're not going to be able to play the whole game. And, maybe there's some strategic changes that she's able to make that are going to make those players more effective.
Yes, team effort. The coaches have got to help her out here as well. Communicate to her what they're seeing. Get the guys and recreate that good run that they had. And that needs the right players, taking the right shots, making the right decisions.
Well, we saw Cameroon.
Ball step in, aerial. Be confident with the ball, yeah? Bang, back screen. Let's get this double stack. Let's be patient. Be patient, take care of the ball.
Ball slippery?
No, it's not slippery.
Then let it not slide off our hands anymore.
But in any chance, anywhere through here, where you can be aggressive, say you got the ball here, and go.
Yes.
Okay, and as he's cutting, you can dish. Okay, be aggressive out of this set.
Let's go, guys.
First 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes.
Moran's on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Take care of the ball. 13 turnovers for Kenya, only 8 for Nigeria, and that's massive for them. They've got to take care of it.
It's interesting, usually we're the ones that are in danger of being cliche, but I think Coach Mills was there. First 5 minutes, crucial. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Well, we occasionally agree with the coaches. Well, the coaches agree with us, sorry.
They got to go out and take it to them. They know. So she's going with Ongwae, Bosire, Okoth is in there, Odero, and also Karanga.
I think that's a good move. I think she's recognised it, she's acted, she's being proactive.
The only thing is we don't see Ronnie Gombe out there, and I'd like to see him.
Yeah, well, Ongwai needs to deliver now. He's got to live up to the hype. He's, a lot of big stats in that first game. Now he's got to have the quarter of his life all over the court.
Well, not how you want to start, that's for sure.
Just not enough space to make that pass, and Adera maybe should be coming off, just give him the handoff. Whatever the easiest pass is, the least pressure, the highest percentage play.
Whip the pass over to Atomi.
That was a tough shot as well.
Well, we were pumping him up at halftime. Bosire. Yeah, the half court has not been kind to Kenya. Nduba.
They've got to find a way.
Okoth, that's it. Get it to Karanga down low. On Y now. They're definitely trying to get it into that paint area. Ojeda, and again, another miss, and a chance for the Tigers. Itomi, mistake, leaving him open. They're living dangerously.
Yeah, they've got to cut away with a couple there, Kenya. Just got to get a good look. Run a set. If they're going to go to half court, set a screen.
Oh, tough shot for Okoth.
Good defense from Nigeria, sending a second defender to Okoth.
Domingo gets in the paint, puts it up.
Short arm that a little bit, didn't finish the nice full follow through.
Quick pass and to Okoth. Still can't get it to drop. Oh, good hustle by Busire to get it back for Kenya. Ongwai, this is a good shot. He steps into it.
Good job by Adera. They need all these rebounds, all these extra efforts.
And fouled by Nduba from behind.
Good anticipation from Adera on the offensive rebound, and he takes care of the ball. He's got some space to operate. And the foul's there. He's not trying to force himself into a gap that's not there. And free throw line. Clock stopped.
Kenya fan digesting what he's saying. It's interesting, some of the names are different on the jerseys than what they are on the, spelled different as well. Like Odera on the roster and on the scoreboard is Odero.
Yes.
So what is it?
Well,
come on.
We'll speak to the Nigerian
It's
management
William
after.
Robbins. It's William Robbins of Rwanda, not Williams.
That's the beauty of Africa.
Get confused. Here's Nduba. Well, get it back to a 7-point deficit. Takes Bosiri out of it. Emelogo, it was only a matter of time.
Great extra pass from Domingo. They love that quick turn around the horn. Emelogo nails it.
And wow, what a finish from Odero, or if you read his jersey, Odera.
He's such a nice player.
Wow.
Shaky start first quarter, but once he made his first bucket, he's taking care of the ball better, and this is tough. In, measures up. Utomi, who's a tough player, you've got to make your free throws.
Basire, oh, they're going to give the ball. Both teams hustling for it, goes off of Basire. And Duba really getting after it.
Seven of 12 now, Kenya, from the line. Just need to sharpen up free throw line.
Well, something, Emelogo picked something off the court and threw it to the sideline. Domingo, will this finally be it?
Okoth is tough. It's just great. There's just one for Kenya.
Oh, Domingo reaches in and steals it. Can't afford to turn it over against the Tigers.
Good hustle back, but again, just as we're saying, they're doing a good job. They turn it over, and Okoth, big and strong, able to block the shot.
It really is a good match, and that's why I think also Gombe, but I'm guessing that Gombe is going to be the first person off the bench when she replaces the bigs. Tommy, another three, nope. And the long rebound, Okoth hustles to the ball. And Malogu putting the D on Odero. Oh boy, what a finish. He's got that little extra hang time, doesn't he?
Yeah, him and Ballo, they are some top young players, young guards.
Amalogu on the break, and, excuse me, no, that was number 14, Dogi.
Yeah, the big man with the headband. That's a bonus shot for Nigeria right there.
They both have the white headbands. Odero answers. He's really emerging, isn't he?
He's the star. I think Ongwe should just go out there, set screens for him, rebound, pass. Let Odero do his thing offensively, and you can't let that show.
Well, Dogi might have gotten carried away with his success. Put up an air ball that time.
And yeah, is he going to survive the chop with the subs here?
Yeah, he will.
He's making no eye contact with the bench.
Emalogo and Ndugba go out. Morty comes back in, as well as Ogunduran. So some fresh impetus in the backcourt for Nigeria. Ongwai has his path sealed. Well, he finally gets one to go. It was a tough shot.
And he made one just like that, and he's smiling to himself, saying, yeah, I can still play this game offensively.
A warning has been delivered to Odero and Morty. A little bit of an altercation. They've both been warned.
Yeah, that is getting pretty heated. Keep an eye on that.
Back to a 5-point deficit, though, for Kenya. Ongwai, his first big shot of the game. Utomi. Domingo gets in.
Yeah,
and then the pass intended for Morty goes out of bounds.
And Liz Mills caught that on the bounce, and look at the smile. And again, she's got the right group on the floor. And Ongwe has just made a massive shot as well. So
yeah, Ongwai is going to be perhaps key.
Yeah, he will still be key, but let Odero do his thing as well.
Absolutely. Here he is. Man of the moment. Odero. Now Ongwai from deep and rattles out.
Keep the pressure on.
And Malogo. Okoth. I'm not sure there's any other player out there in that Kenya team other than maybe Gombe that would have gotten that rebound with those Nigerians.
No, and he just gets after it, and anticipation is excellent. Just play him as long as, play him as long as you can. No need to rotate him.
Yeah, Nia Kinda, it's good to see him coming. That was the one that we were missing. Oh boy, not a good turnover. Busira is a point guard, cannot allow that to happen. Great defense though from Nigeria. I mean, you got to give Ogunduran credit. Look at this. Just takes it right away from him. But that's
so sloppy, and they're in the ascendancy.
Yeah,
Kenya.
that's just almost unforgivable for Busiri to do that.
And he's out there to take care of the ball. Well, she's taking Odero out. I'm not sure about that, but he was doing so well.
Well, he must maybe give him a breather, get him right back in.
Sure.
Just like Emalogu went out for just a split second for Nigeria, and the coach put him back in.
Yeah, but great run of play for Odero. £17 points, 7 of 8 from 2, 5 rebounds, 2 turnovers in just 17 minutes, and that's what I like about Adera. He doesn't need...
Ogenduran has to come out because he was lying prone, but actually Atomi is able to come back in and attempt the free throws. So,
yeah.
Boy, that's what you expect a good three-point shooter to look like.
Yeah. It's just that it's not a shot on the move when these guys, especially the Nigerians, are shooting it. They're on the move in transition, and this is just stand there. And
only makes he's 1 of 4. 1 of 4 today at the line.
Matoro needs to take care of the ball for Kenya.
Niakinda might have forced that one. Wamakota also in.
It's just too quick.
Dogi hands it off to Morty. Oh boy, he loves that bank shot, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot from 45 degrees, soft off the glass for Morty. And Yakota's in.
Once again, danger time for Kenya.
Yeah.
Eric Mutoro. Oh, Wamakota for 3. Wow.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that'll open things up. Is that the second 3 or first 3? Second 3?
First 3 for Kenya.
Okay,
and it comes from an unlikely source in Wamakota.
Up to a 6-point deficit. And
here we go.
What's the call?
Offensive
Moving
foul.
screen.
Yeah, I think again, screen is set and then the screener slides to try and make the screen perfect, but it's not a game of perfect always. Ooh. I'm not sure about.
He hands it off.
Yeah, and then
I don't get that.
It doesn't look too bad, but sometimes if you're handing off and then going straight into a screen, you might be just sliding a little bit to the side. But didn't seem to be a lot of movement there, Jeff.
Okay, Gombe's back in now for Ongwai. This is an interesting lineup.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, though, on Matoro.
Adero's back in as well, so Liz Mills is...
And look at that. And then blocked from behind. Wow, great play by Morty, who just banked in that shot.
Yeah, that's really good hustle back. He got beat initially on the back cut, recovered, and just took it away.
Adero has it taken away by Nduba. And Niakinda commits the foul.
Yeah, it's tough because Coach Liz has taken him out just to maybe give him a minute. Comes back in first play when he's been playing. He's been the best player on the court for Kenya. He turns it over and got to get back into the flow quick. Need a defensive stop here for sure, Kenya. And Nigeria, they're going to want to go on a run and stamp their authority, because at the moment it's
just 6 points in it.
Yeah, precarious
couple
lead.
of threes. 3-point shot. Well, make that 9, and now Morty has decided he's had enough.
Yeah. And now the pressure, and Wamakota gets it to Adera.
Mutoro for 3. Good strong rebound, Gombe. Back into Niakinda. Did a good job of catching that basketball. Oh boy, Mutoro. And a quick pass ahead, and the alley-oop.
That would have been one heck of a play, but just didn't get the elevation. Idogi. Mike's laughing. Coach Brown.
I think was telling Idogi just to get it with 2 hands and to dunk it.
Yeah.
An offensive foul. Wamakota setting the screen.
It's such a big part of the modern game, the screen, the re-screen, a lot of plays come out of it, and the refs call it so tight. Dakota trudges off. He hit that big 3 and we thought he's back in the flow. big 2 minutes for Kenya in their survival at AfroBasket.
Technical free throw. Technical's been called on who?
Well, Liz Mills sort of turned around and head in her hands. I don't think it's on her.
It's a bench technical. Somebody said something.
They've got to keep their discipline. They're making it easy, or easier, for Nigeria. Nothing's easy at AfroBasket, but they've just got to get back to where they were 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Haven't been quite as disruptive defensively as they were when they came back originally, but this guy has been a killer for them, Morty, as has Nduba. Domingo has been quiet, but maybe this is his time. Nope. Doesn't matter, Morty continues to make the plays. He's their MVP right now.
He has just taken over the game. They've got so many options, Nigeria. Domingo's missing a few shots, someone else steps up.
Kenya just can't get out of their own way, but you got to give Nigeria credit. They're putting the pressure on him, especially Morty and Duba.
Yeah, as soon as Gombe's fumbled that ball and slipped to the floor, they were all over him, going for that 50-50, and they got the possession arrow as well. They've got to keep playing hard, Kenya.
Duba has it taken away or hit out of his hands by Mutoro.
Good defense by Mutoro, moving his feet and stripped it off his knee.
Yep.
Should be Kenya ball.
Houston.
Kenya really being challenged here. See if they can get back to where they were. Domingo. So that missed everything. And Nigeria's bench really trying to support him. He just can't throw it in the ocean from the beach right now.
Yeah, he was unbelievable at the start of their first game against Mali. Then he just cooled down. It's been a similar story today.
Odero. Traveling on Odero.
Again, a bit of a staccato type offense. Dribble, dribble, dribble by Ongwae. And then trying to force it through a gap that's not there for Odero. And it's sort of flipped on its head, hasn't it? From Odero being able to go where he wanted on the basketball court, he just can't quite get back into the rhythm of the game.
Emelogu, Domingo, back outside and good steal, and then the foul, and an unsportsmanlike has been called on Duba.
Yeah, great defense.
Well, they can review it.
Excuse me, by Tumi Kemba.
So they called the unsportsmanlike, and then they were able to go review it. Kenya's still in it, but they got to create some chaos when Nigeria have the ball in the half court and try to speed up the game and get some layups.
Yeah, they need to get a score so they can put some sort of defense on, and they've taken a couple of frenetic shots and then they've turned it over. and they're not able to get their defense on and play that disruptive game, which is what they do best. This sort of stuff, Matoro getting in the passing lane. He was grabbed there.
Yeah, that's an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ndu was even questioning that.
Good defense though by Gombe. He's been excellent. Yeah, that is it's a bit naughty. Oh, it's definitely a grab on the shirt.
Grab on the arm.
Yep.
So he's got the unsportsmanlike. They've confirmed it.
First time to the line for Kemba tonight.
So Ogundurin comes back in. Hopefully he's okay. He took a nasty fall.
It's the first free throw of his AfroBasket.
He looked pretty good on that one.
Yeah.
Kemba. So it's an 11-point deficit. And gets them both to drop. So something positive for Kenya. We haven't seen that, really much of that in the third quarter.
That's good signs. They're just 10 back.
Ongwai back in the game. He's having to go up against a tough defender. Puts it up, and again, the ball batted out for Ogundurin for a fast break. Gets it back. Uh-oh, Itomi. You know what's happening there. Nope. They lift the tail. Now they want to hold it for one shot, or they want to try to get down and score. Well, that's the danger. Ogundurin took it all the way. Now Morty out to Itomi for three. Oh. Both players getting after it there.
Well, again, Kenya fortunate that they didn't get punished because that pass ahead was just not on. There was 3 Nigerian defenders back.
But they're just so desperate to find ways to score. They're almost willing to take that chance. But Nigeria is still on top, 49-39, 10 minutes remaining against Kenya.
And here's the statistics so far. Kenya 44% from 2, 0% from 3. I think Wanyukata made a 3, maybe that was a 2.
I thought that was a 3.
Yeah, 64% from the line. Nigeria.
See if it's registered in the official stats. Wamakota.
No.
Must have had his foot on the line.
Yep. It's that sort of day for Wamakota, I guess. But as for Nigeria, they keep doing enough. Just 49 points in today's game, compared with 81 against Mali. And that was the shot we're talking about. But again, Kenya just, they push, they get some really good spurts of play, which they've had again today, but they just let Nigeria come back in. Offensive put back there with a tip. So just the 10 points down though. So again, Liz Mills needs to get the right 5 in. So get Akoth back in. I would suggest, he's done great, he's done nothing wrong. So just leave him out there as to help you. Fidel Akoth.
Well, if you get Mali, they'll play later today, right?
Yeah.
So they'll go up against Cote d'Ivoire.
Oui.
And depending on who wins that, if Cote d'Ivoire win, both they and the winner of this, well, if Nigeria win, they'd both be 2-0.
Yeah.
If
they'd be playing for top
Kenya
spot.
do not come back.
Yeah.
Then Kenya could end up facing Mali in a do-or-die game to go to the classification for the quarterfinals. But you never know, Mali might get the better of Cote d'Ivoire, and that would leave Kenya needing to beat Mali.
Yeah.
And then hoping, I think, for, well, if they were to beat Mali, They would have the better head-to-head on them. But then it could end up being a goal differential situation.
Yeah, it may well be, but Kenya have got to try and have a good start here, and again, they did it out of a timeout. They've done it out of the in-between quarters chat by Liz Mills.
Twice.
And, you know, they just can't afford. Again, on the sideline, no space. Get the ball in the middle of the floor where you've got options both sides.
23 turnovers against Kenya. And that was a
very strange start to this
I
quarter.
think they're saying they didn't reset the shot clock.
It seems to be a quick 24 seconds.
Yeah, because I mean there's 9:37 there, so it would be should be 36. So I don't know why. I don't know what happened there on that. It would be 9:36 if you used up full 24 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the start of the quarter.
Yeah.
And they already started with possession.
Kenya
threw
had
it out.
possession.
So there's no way.
So they've not had 24 seconds.
No. So I don't know what's going on
so
over
they might
there.
need to reset it.
Yeah, they're going to reset it.
Nigeria with however many seconds remaining. I think that's got to be the right call. But a strange start. Kenya just giving it away cheaply again.
Yeah, there's no way, because I mean it's 24 seconds haven't even been played in this quarter, so something's gone wrong.
Yeah, they need to look at the video, see where they're at.
I think they're like me. The people doing the scores table might need a coffee.
Yes.
A coffee would do wonders. It's a late afternoon coffee, get us warmed up. I'm just signaling to my
Clement's on the move again.
It's just that we didn't get to have a siesta today because we started late the first game. So
merci Clement. So we've had the start of the quarter. Just to recap, Kenya turned it over pretty quick. Nigeria had their offense and run out of shot clock. But we haven't had the full 24, so it's important because they're going to run it from the start again. It's important that they get this right, and then if Kenya are going to get back in this, next offense they get, they've got to. So it's passed to the sideline. He's turning towards the sideline. Great job by Utomo.
Is there an angle where they can see how much time is left? Here you go. Maybe this one?
Yeah. Okay. So that's out of bounds at
17. So 7 seconds went off. So they'll just started at 9:53. Okay. Easy enough.
This is why you need to be good at maths in all sorts of ways, as I tell my boys. Ain't just sitting there doing it in books. You've got to work all this out.
That's right. Forget the calculator.
You got it.
Better figure out how to add.
Yeah. And then
so, do you think Nigeria have, I mean, is it fair to ask that question right now? Have they looked better than they did in their opening game against Mali? I guess Kenya's a different team to Mali, maybe present different challenges.
Yeah. At times they've looked really tough, and they have some players who are going to win games. And what's happened today is Maldi's come in at crucial times, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Just when they were starting to dip, Utomi's been great, 11 points, Adogi 7, Emaloglu 8, and Ndugba 9. He's hit some big threes, so they've just about done enough when they're dipping, and Kenya are pushing.
So they're going to give him an additional 8 seconds on the shot clock. It seems like it would be better just to go ahead and play the whole 24 seconds. But anyway. Again, the run hits the three.
Wow. Such a tough shot with.
Is that his first three of the tournament?
He's 1 of 1 from tonight for today's game. Here we go.
Oh wow! What a twisting! What hang time!
Just let Adero off the leash and let him go. Great move. Now they've got to concentrate, Kenya, because that's better. Now they've got to react.
Udogie gets swatted.
Okol.
He has not gotten the rub of the green on any calls, has he, Okoth? Look at this.
Somebody, but...
It wasn't Okoth, it was Karanga.
Yeah, Karanga. Came across. Good rotation on the jump shot there. The free throw for Udogie.
Odero for 3. He's off the leash. Ongwai for 3. Look at that big, strong rebound. You got to be able to put that back, Garanga.
Yeah, it's great effort to get the rebound.
Emelogu gives a chance for Odero to break. Ongwai open. Good crash into the boards there. Look at that by Karanga.
Yeah.
That's what is a better fit against Nigeria. It's the physicality, the tenacity, the athleticism than anything else.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna allow you to do what you want to do.
Kenya needs energy, just get after every ball, and that's exactly what Karanga's doing. And Tyler Ongwai, just don't take shots that are too tough.
Oh wow.
I mean, he is off the charts.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? He's got 21 points, and even on a potentially a 0-2 team, you think this kid might be All-Star 5 candidate, depending on what happens the rest of this tournament, the way he's playing. 3-point shot.
Here they come.
He is definitely raising eyebrows. Back to an 11-point game. Just give it to Odero and get out of the way.
You got it. Don't overcomplicate, Kenya.
There you go. Go to work, Odero.
Maybe someone comes set a screen for him. Shoot it.
Okoth has hit a 3 before, and he hits another one.
Yeah.
He just plays with such control, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he really does.
Little jab step, got the defense off him, had a think, drained it, and all of a sudden, it's game back on.
Oh, wonderful response by Gundogan.
Yeah, he's, again, just stepping up, whoever needs to step up.
Ongwai went in and was fouled.
Yeah, he was looking for the big hammer there. Tyler Ongwai. Stop the clock, which is what Kenya need. But that 3 by Gundogan was sensational. This is the key for Nigeria, I think, Jeff. Even though they've struggled at times from behind the arc, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys have hit threes. So who do you guard? Who do you pick the poison? So they just keep going to who's hot. And Mordi came in, and Gundogan has stepped up. It doesn't matter so much if Domingo is struggling.
That just has to give Liz Mills gray hair, seeing her team fighting away, doing anything just to stay in it, and then you miss 2 free throws, and Nigeria, wow. Omogbo, goodness me.
He's beaten Kenya back down the floor, and that can't happen. And Akoth can't do anything about it, and his head's up by the rim, and he's hanging on to the rim. And Mogbo crushes it through. And he makes the free throw.
So you go from 2 missed free throws to a 3-point play off a dunk.
Yeah.
That's how Nigeria punish you. Onwai. So foul on Nigeria, battling away for the boards.
Onwai's shot just short again. They get off. They've got the right guys on the floor to get after the rebounds.
So Gundogan picks up the foul, goes out. Karanga's probably regretting that he didn't just try to go more direct path to the basket to dunk it.
That's 2 points, and they're just hanging around. One more big push for Kenya will make it very interesting.
Utomi open. Runs out.
Rare miss for Utomi. Kenya need to capitalise and move the ball. Don't let it get stuck. And catch it. Come on.
Okoth turned it over.
Good job by Ndugba, just bringing that out, controlling the offense.
3-point shot, good! How about that from Utomi? He was overdue for another one.
And again, he just finds space. He doesn't need a lot of space. He's in that corner. So dangerous. Forcing the timeout for Kenya.
Well, let's go listen in. Trailing about 15. The mountain's getting a little bit bigger.
Guys, if I see 2 defenders in front of me, I need to pull up. Okay? Yeah, ball goes here. Remember? Comes back, set that screen. Okay? We're looking for this. Yeah? Heads. Really simple. Run out of it. You get this? Follow, set it on ball. Yep. So pass it, get it here, set the on ball, clear out. Yeah?
Yep.
Hey, defense here. Let's get hands up. It's going to be hands up on everything. Drive people. Drive people up the 3-point line. Drive people.
Let's go.
Just looking at that three-pointer for Ngunderen, and that was tough with, I think it was Wambiakota, who could have been called for the foul as he stepped out. So many different options, Nigeria, and this is what makes them so dangerous. Ngunderen, 9 points, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. And of course, Atumo, he's the latest 3-point made shot. He's leading score now for Nigeria, 14 points.
Nigeria trying to kill it defensively. You can see how they're getting after it. Now, quick outlet pass to Utomi. Utomi into the corner, Ndugba. And Kenya basketball.
Giving Wambiakota another chance, Jeff, to deliver. And the Coths come out. Just such tough shots they're making, Tyler Ongwai make, and it's just not happening for him today.
Yeah. And Utomi, another 3.
Yeah.
Well,
Rubbing salt in the wound here.
the lead is now 18.
Odera just got too deep into the defense there, couldn't kick the ball back out.
Mogbo, another rim rocker for him.
Yeah, Nigeria completely in control now. And they're going to the big fella.
The dam has burst.
Yeah.
Second slam for Mogbo in the fourth quarter.
Oranga caught ball watching. He's looking at the ball, and Mogbo just ducks in behind with an easy dunk. Last throw of the dice for Liz Mills.
Okay? I don't care what we do on offense, but our defensive intensity has to remain the same. Match up, find your man, know where the shooters are. On offense, run the horns action, heads. But be strong with the ball. What did I say about these shitty little passes? Strong, decisive passes and cut. Let's get back in this game. 3 stops. 3 stops.
One play at a time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's talk on defense. Let's talk on defense.
Well, it's good to hear that Liz Mills hasn't given up. I mean, you look at a 20-point deficit with 4.5 minutes to go, and you think, no, game over. Especially against this Nigeria team, especially when they were within 5 points and they had so many opportunities to get it closer.
Yeah, they've shown that they can compete with this Nigerian team, but at Tomi, they've just got somebody always stepping up and making a big three, and that was Yotomi's moment in the corner. Kenya have to be strong, and they have to play with belief when they cut into the basket.
Odero.
He's the man.
Yeah.
He is the man. He's playing in a beautiful flow.
Well, he's played in college basketball in America. He's from New York, actually, Kenyan descent. So he's accustomed to playing against these guys.
Yeah, this is not phasing him at all.
Domingo.
Still can't get it over the front of the rim. He keeps firing away.
Odero again.
Good hustle.
I think Odero is really raising eyebrows. I know it's not about putting yourself in the shop window, but anybody that's watching the AfroBasket can only be impressed by Odero, the way he's played today against a team of American-based players, essentially. 23 points. Oh, look at that, Mbelogu. Mbelogu is so strong, isn't he? Just takes that bump and takes it in his stride and brings it back out.
Yeah, he's a beast.
You know, Nigeria play good defense, but you can't turn it over the way they have. Domingo.
That's good D from Kenya. Didn't give them an easy look. Now they need to capitalize. Keep the ball moving. Keep it moving.
Three-point shot. Good. How about that from Miakinda?
Yeah, it's simple, and that's much better by Ligari. He's come in and made a couple of mistakes earlier, but he just made the simple pass, wide open shot. Forces the timeout for Mike Brown.
Domingo's frustrated. He's only 1 of 10. You could see him. That's probably the one player you feel bad for in Nigeria, because you know he can play, but you have these games.
Yeah, and a lot of the shots he takes, he's got a hand in his face. Maybe he's just got to not take those.
He's also got 2 steals, 6 assists, and 8 rebounds. Let's listen to Coach Brown.
We got to fill the shot clock. Fill the shot clock. I like what you guys did down there. Had a couple of drives, a couple of kicks, but somebody's got to fill the shot clock at a certain time. I thought you probably had shot at the top of the floor, you know what I'm saying, at the top of the floor. So keep that ball moving down there. Hey, let's go, angle, okay? Angle right now.
Take care of it. Nigeria 3, 1, 2, 3.
Nigeria have, Kenya have 26 turnovers, many of those forced by Nigeria. And it's just a recipe for disaster if you turn the basketball over the way that they have. I mean, Nigeria have 21 points off those turnovers, so they lead by 15.
Yeah, and that's how apart from making the big threes, that's how they've got the lead. 20 turnovers for Kenya in their loss in game day 1 as well. So it's something they've got to take care of, really work on.
And our hero of this game, Albert Odera, has 6 of those. He has a game-high 6, so
yeah,
he's not perfect, but
no.
Emelogu into the corner. That's short.
And a Willie too physical there underneath. And just going back to Domingo, I like that stat. He's struggling offensively, but he's getting rebounds, getting assists, helping the team. And the shot went
steals.
up.
He's got 2 steals.
Yeah.
And I think if he wasn't playing defense, Brown wouldn't keep him in. So sometimes the shots are going to fall, sometimes they're not.
Good attitude from the young man. Willie with the second foul. Got Adero off the floor now.
And as a team, Nigeria are 14 of 42 from three-point range. That's acceptable. You'd like it to be higher, but Dean Smith always said if you're shooting 33% from three-point range, that's good.
Yeah, especially with that volume. 14 threes is good.
Good hands, Ligare to knock it out of bounds.
And they were 18 of 45 in game 1, so this is what they do. Just going to keep pushing. If they're open, they're going to shoot it. I love the way they zip it around the horn, the 3-point.
But the other thing they do is they force turnovers. So, you know, here's Emelogu. And this time the ball batted out. And the hustle of Ogunduran gets it back for Nigeria. What happened? Shot clock? Okay, yeah, they reset the shot clock to full, and it should have only gone back to 14. Good spot by the Egyptian referee, who, by the way, goes by the name of, do you remember?
You need to remind me.
Okay.
That's it.
It's, well, they've removed it now, so I can't remember myself. And Duba drives in, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, good hustle by Kenya. They've got to keep going, because if they can win their 3rd game, they've got to try. Don't go backwards. Oh, goodness. Good hustle by Mogbo. He's proving his worth in this game for sure, and outsized by some of the Kenyans. Standing tall there. Whoa, Wambuakota, and it's getting into it now. Players pulling them away.
Good job, teammates and officials getting in there.
Do not want anything spilling over.
Amagbo and Owili and Wambuakota have certainly gotten into it a little bit today.
Bit of frustration boiling over there for Kenya, who have just not been completely with their A game. And
so it was Morty.
Yeah.
Wow, Morty's.
He was having a few issues with Adero earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah, but you know what? Morty plays so hard and so well, he makes you angry.
Yeah.
Because he's playing well. So
he is.
In my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not his fault.
No. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He has been tough.
So it's Amir Abulu. That's the name of the referee. And if you want his license number, I'll give that to you as well. At least I think that's what it is. I'm going to call him up.
Okay.
Yes, that's it. Okay, have we settled that?
We got it.
Want to know any other refs out there? So 150 remaining, 68-53.
Yeah.
And Kenya don't want to be pushed around. They want respect, and
still some issues there. Willie's just been given a technical, and it's just unraveling a little bit for Kenya here.
Are they offsetting technicals or just one technical against Owili?
Well, he's just gone off. Just frustration there. They've got to finish this game in the right manner, whatever the result.
He hasn't fouled out, by the way. Wamukota.
Ongwe's off, Anadero's off, so Wamukota ends up with the shot.
There's Nia Kenda. Good hands.
Yeah, good hands. Balagari. They've got to just keep playing to the end.
One thing about Nigeria is you cannot debate. They're a quick team, and that is really what really hurts teams. Quick hands. Here's Morty. That's fitting right there.
Yeah.
He gets the MVP for me.
Yeah, and they've got shot makers. They're not afraid of the moment. No issue there for Morty, and they get the steal too. And the class of the two teams just starting to show now.
Quick pass to the corner, Emelogu. Now Morty. Ogunduran, Emelogu puts it up off the glass.
That's good defense by Kenya, playing right to the end of the shot clock. Kayemba.
There you go.
Yeah.
Much better.
Early attack, defense not set. Easy layup. That's Kenya basketball. They've held Nigeria to 71 points. That's, I guess they can look at that as a positive, but just need to get more offensive output.
Yeah, their focus is defense.
Yeah, they're going to get their best offense out of their best defense for sure. They can run and cause all sorts of havoc, then put on their pressure defense off the score. Just too many mental breakdowns, too many turnovers, as you say. Frustration for Coach Liz Mills, but it's a project. And they've got some bright stars in their roster.
There's Morty, and he gets it to a Mugbo, Emelogu, and then again another chance. And Morty with another attempt at a rebound. I'll tell you something else about Morty that you might not know. He was actually born in Lagos. At the high school in New York.
Yeah.
He plays the piano and drums. And also, he gets inside your head.
Yeah.
And it's not surprising because in college he's a double major in psychology and sociology.
Well,
and he has definitely gotten inside the head of these players.
Yeah, he's using that degree well on the basketball court for sure.
Great job by Nigeria. And good work by Kenya and Odero. 71-55, Nigeria win it over Kenya.
Yeah, Nigeria showing the depth of their roster, their shot-making ability, their hustle, their all-round package to take care of Kenya today. And here's the stats. Kenya, 44% from two, just 11% from three, just 2 of 18. And look at Nigeria, exactly the same amount of threes taken as in game one. 15 of 45, 3 less. But that is a pretty amazing volume of shots. 56 rebounds for Kenya, 35 for Nigeria, 18 assists Nigeria, only 8 for Kenya. They need to move the ball around just that bit quicker, and 28 turnovers to 8 assists. Not going to get it done against a strong Nigerian team. Odero with 23, outstanding young player. Otomi 17, Mordi 10, and Adogi 9. But 7 different scorers of 3-pointers for Nigeria. Too much to handle for Kenya. There's some of the highlights, and there's Odero playing his college basketball in the States.
Arkansas Tech. Yep.
Yeah. Average 7.5 points as well, 2.8 rebounds this season.
You can only be impressed, and you know, I think for all these guys, you know, it's great that they're playing this summer for both teams. You know, they want to play basketball.
Yeah.
And this is great competition. And Nigeria, you know, Kenya has done well, first of all, to qualify. And I'll tell you what, they belong here, you know, and Mali, it's going to be a tough game.
That is a game to look forward to big time. But that potentially will be for the third spot, but it's going to be one heck of a classic, I think.
But you can also see with Nigeria, I mean, these guys are playing hard. I respect that. You know,
yeah.
Morty, Ndugba, Ogendaran, Emelogu, all of these guys. Domingo, it's like, no, you're not playing. You're not playing if you're not playing defense. I'll tell you that right now for Mike Brown. And so he can live with a tough shooting day for Domingo, and I'm sure
that's a tough.
That was actually, yeah, that was, yeah. He just possibly the player of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, when you consider the entire situation of what, you know, prestige in terms of national teams, and he didn't back down one iota.
No.
A little bit disappointing that Ongwai couldn't come out and Wamukota and be more influential, because, you know, they need to be. And they're just not a good fit against this Nigeria team. But it was also fascinating to see through long stretches who the players that were good.
Yeah,
and
comfortable in the situation. And,
yeah,
and he looks comfortable in his skin. Okoth did a great job. Similar to game one, Adero gets 23 today. And the next highest score is 7. They just need a bit more balance on the offensive end. But
listen, this Kenyan ship is moving in the right direction.
Yeah, sure.
So they've had a couple of defeats. They still might win their next game. They might get to the classification for the quarterfinals. You know, the program that Liz Mills inherited, I think she's taken it. You know, I think it was, you know, that her predecessor had done a good job, but I think also she's taken it also to a different level. Yeah. And again, it's impressive that she has done this. You know, she's leading the way for women in basketball. So Nigeria 2-0, Cote d'Ivoire 1-0. They play Mali. Kenya dropped to 0-2, but they still got their chances. We'll see what happens after this. So one final time. The final score for today, 71-55, Nigeria over Kenya.